What up? Welcome back. So I'm a little late on the weekly upload part. Been waiting on basically some stuff to come back from zinc coating. I put the front end kind of back together. It looks a little weird. Oh, is it raining now? Let me open this up for you. Yeah, and I've got the rear end kind of apart because I'm getting a bunch of stuff in there zinc coated. So this is just temporary. I'll go ahead and here you go. That's the front end back together. We got no intercooler in there, which looks really weird. And of course, still no engine in the engine bay, but it's coming together. I know it seems rough to do that, but since it's got an aluminum bonnet, you gotta... How did I just mix up American and Australian? Aluminum bonnet. The hood's aluminum, so if you press down on the actual hood itself, you can dent it, and you'll... I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like little tiny finger indents where I've done it before, and as soon as I saw it, I stopped doing that. So if you've got an aluminum hood on your car, don't press it down, just let it slam. It's not gonna break anything. I thought I'd bring you guys with me. We'll go and grab the zinc stuff that I've got, and I'm gonna finally have a head. So we'll go over to Anthony's shop, probably do like a little bit of a walk around there, and then take the head itself over to CRD. Yeah, we'll get cracking into this thing. I've had a bunch of people coming up to me going, hey, how long is it gonna be? It's taking forever, it's taking forever. And I think at this particular stage of the build, it's like, it's easier for me to reference a meme than to explain it all out. And if you remember that meme on, I'm sure most of you have Facebook, Instagram. There's a meme where it's like Donald Trump standing there and he goes, why isn't your car done? And it's like, I'm in the process of spending tremendous amounts of money. That's my fucking life right now. The rust, I finally went and got a few quotes done. As soon as this thing's able to move as a roller again, first priority of work for me is to get this thing out and get the rust fixed on it. Then I've got an idea that I'm gonna do for the fuel tank. The only hint that I'll give you right now is that plastic tank is not going back in. Only hint I'm gonna give at that. I meant to do this when I opened the hood a second ago. So the last setup, there was a point where I like smashed my radiator and coolant went everywhere. And as you can see, it's really dirty. So I took the bonnet liner. I did it again. I took the hood liner out. I just gave it a quick clean, and I'm gonna probably head up to Bunnings or whatever and get some fabric paint. I'll show you real quick. So when I took it out, it was really like dirty and covered with coolant basically. So I washed it off, soaped it off, and it's kind of lost color. So this used to be a really dark kind of gray, and as you can see, all the fibers are kind of like really white now. And that's just from me trying to clean it. I'm not sticking that in there like that with a fresh engine bay, and that ain't happening. So we're gonna go grab some paint, do like a high heat fabric paint or something, see if we can't get it to come back to black. We'll pop it back in there after I've cleaned it up a little bit. First things first, let's go grab these zinc parts. Yeah, so I went ahead and did these again. As you can see, I caved with my power steering lines. Went ahead and did them silver. They came up pretty damn good actually. I'm pretty happy with that. And then we got ton more in here. Got all my subframe shims. I think this will look really good. I did the diff plugs. So I think this is gonna turn out pretty good. There's those control arm bolts. Wasn't lying about that. But let's go grab some paint. And we're back. Alright, so got paint, picked up the zinc parts. So these are the shims that go on the bottom of the subframe, and then I got a couple of the nuts and bolts just that I was kind of missing, zinc coated, plus the diff stuff as well. Those are sway bar. That's for the power steering. So I'll chuck all this stuff on and we'll come back. Oh shit. 1 second. Music gets you demonetized quick. It's like the worst part of doing YouTube. Like, I love listening to music when I'm working on the car, but demonetization, bruh. So here we go. It looks like it's getting there. It's almost completely dry. I'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll come back and fix our nasty gray problem. Alright, so the under the hood liner, whatever it's called, is finished drying. So I went and picked up a can of, that's the wrong can. So I went and picked up a can of vinyl and fabric coating. I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out, but let's give it a shot. Alright, so I've done the entire thing. I gotta say, it looks pretty good. I haven't let it dry completely yet, so I'll come back to it probably, I don't know, 10-15 minutes just to see where it's sitting. But, I mean, my first thoughts on it is it looks actually pretty damn good. It does say that the finish on it is flexible, so hopefully it doesn't crack and start peeling or anything, but I don't think I'm gonna have an issue. So I've got another couple of cans just in case. I'll let this dry, see if I need to do another coat, see if it's dry to the touch, and if I can get it to rub off on my hands, because I'm gonna be pissed if it comes off on my valve covers. But I don't think I'm gonna have that problem because it is fabric paint. So alright, so it's been probably about 25-30 minutes and it looks to be good to go. So this is what the other side looked like, and that white is basically what the whole front of this looked like. So I'd say that's a job well done. Just chuck it back in and see how it looks. Yeah, I'd say that came out pretty damn good actually. I'm happy with that. And since there's gonna be no engine in there for a little bit longer, it'll have some more time to cure and hopefully it doesn't come off on my valve covers. Now, I'm just finishing up putting this all back together now that I've got all my zinc parts back in. We'll put the car back on the ground. And I need to go see somebody about a head. Ran into a snag. Typical. So that's the lower control arm nut. There's a washer underneath, and basically I cannot get it to spin like 2 millimeters more, so that way I can put the cotter pin through it, and I am not sure why. I'm trying to figure it out. I have like a sneaking suspicion that it's due to the powder coat. I think it might just be a little thick on the base where maybe I forgot to mask it so that way they didn't paint it. But that means I've got to take the whole knuckle back off. Fun times. This is why a 5-minute job takes days. Oh, and before I forget, I'm not intentionally not showing you guys the underneath of the car. I just kind of wanted to do it when it was all finished and like the fuel tank and all that stuff's in there. That way you can see the full undercoat. I'm hoping that before I get the tank in, when the rust repair happens, I'll do the actual, like, show you guys the underbody then, and then put the tank in. Actually, that's probably not a bad idea. I'll end this one here. We'll do the head tomorrow. and I'll catch you guys next week.